Cardano's ADA is at a critical point where we might find ourselves with a breakout on the smaller timeframes or a complete collapse and we go down even deeper in the price action. Hi, and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today we are discussing the technical analysis on Cardano's ADA. As I get into today's video, guys, smash that like button. Let's see if we hit this up towards 500 likes. Really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Guys, let's jump right down into this video. So here we have ADA paired up with USDT. We are on our 1-day Binance chart, and you can see, as per the previous video, we were looking at the area of 46.73 to 47.85 being our area of resistance. We did rally up slightly higher, a little bit higher than expected, towards 49 cents, and we obviously have seen a move to the downside on the daily time frame. Okay, now this is, in my opinion, a three-wave move to the upside. Let's go ahead and just do our sense checks. Right, we need to make sure we do our due diligence here, just to make sure everything is lined up to kind of what our expectations were. We would have been looking for a move in a three-wave fashion up into this little area here between 48.37 and 49.86, right? This here, if I remove the fibs and I draw on the wave structures, you can see is a three-wave movement, right up into this area of resistance. Okay, so we did push past the previous resistance. We came up into the 1-to-1, and here we are likely to see reversals in the market. Now, with this, we're still the potential for a breakout situation where we can see Cardano rally up higher. We will be looking for the 4-hour time frame, if we come down towards this, to breaking above its 200 4-hour EMA. You can see it right in here, right? So we were rallying above it, we turned it support, we lost it, it's now resistance, and that 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame sits at 47.72 cent. So this is the area of potential rejection for Cardano's ADA. Our stochastic RSI is down in the oversold area on the 4-hour time frame, so it does have the potential for a breakout here. If we do see a breakout, a closed position above that 200 4-hour EMA, we go long, tight stop loss, and we'll target out probably towards 50 cent, getting a good risk reward ratio with probably something like 5 to 10x leverage, something like that. And of course, if I am to be leverage trading, I'm trading on BitGet or Blowfin. Those are my two go-to exchanges when it comes to leverage-based trades. However, if we actually found ourselves here on the resistance, this actually is a potential short opportunity. Tight stop loss just above that 200 EMA and target out the support of the 50 exponential moving average, giving you a 3.65 risk reward ratio. Again, another way to approach this market. Okay, but that's on the smaller time frames. On the larger time frame that is the daily, we are already lower than our 200-day exponential, the white line. We are lower than the 50 a simple moving average, that is the yellow line, and lower than the 50 exponential moving averages. These are the areas that we're going to be looking for bullish breaks above, right, on our daily time frame. If we want to be trading this in a positive way and we're looking for big runs to the upside, then we're going to be looking for a closed position above that 200-day EMA, tight stop loss probably somewhere around 48 cent, and we'll target out that previous area of resistance to start with, somewhere around 56 cent, and then have a trailing stop so that we can follow the price action as it potentially has a breakout situation. Failure to do that, and we do see ourselves with a breakdown here, then unfortunately we can see this as a bit more of a move to the downside. And we may have already topped out, and if this is the case, then we are still looking to head down more towards 39.45 to 37.44 with kind of really concerning areas at around 34.39. Okay, again, this would be looking at a best case scenario of a three-wave movement like this, where we test out that area on a slightly lower range. Alternatively, we go into a really bad kind of downward movement where we have a 5-wave pattern. Again, that's going to happen around 33 cent, and we drop down even deeper after that. Okay, this is a part of a much bigger play on a macro scale where we have the potential for a wave 1 to all of this kind of playing out as a wave 3, up for 4, down into 5. Right, this is also indicated with our 1.618 line on the chart here at 38.73. And I know a lot of this is really complicated. Not a lot of people understand the rules of Elliott wave theory, but it is absolute. It always fits when you back test it. The only problem you have as an analyst is whether or not you're drawing up the correct pattern at the correct time. So when we take a look at our stochastics on here on the daily time frame, you see loads of momentum shifting to the downside. Our white line is the moving average, and we can see that the stochastic RSI, the yellow line, has now dipped lower. This is a bearish cross, and we expect momentum to continue shifting to the downside. So although we've had a relief rally here, we're not looking overly too positive in my opinion. Now, as we kind of take the stochastic RSIs off and we throw on the divergence indicator, you can see here that we also pull back down to the 50 level on the relative strength index, and we started to move back up again. Again, momentum isn't being supported here, I don't believe, so it's going to be interesting to see how the relative strength index performs next over the next kind of week or so, where this one potentially heads. We are of course above the 50 level, so potentially the potential is there for a bullish break to the upside. But we have been here before and obviously have seen rejections, so just bear in mind that nothing is a guarantee. Now, if we take this off and throw on our volumes, you can see here the volume profiles are dropping down. Okay, we take a look at this in relation to this move to the upside. Volumes are incredibly low, even though we've had this relief rally to the upside. It's an indication that there isn't a lot of demand pushing the price higher, and we're likely to see more of a reversal. The pockets of selling that we've seen so far are higher than that of the buying pressure. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the stochastics off of here and take a look at our chart from a smart money concepts point of view. Smart money concepts does have Cardano in a bearish pattern on our daily time frame. You can note this with our change of character right here. Okay, if I can actually click my pencil, there we go. Change of characterization. This is a bearish character change, okay, indicating that we probably are going to see further slippage to the downside. There's a few minor positives on the smaller timeframes, as you can see in here. So there's still that potential that we do test those slightly higher ranges before we move on down. We have a weak low indicating that this is not going to be a strong support area, and we do have equilibrium sitting quite high in the price charts, indicating that resistances are definitely there with a strong high unlikely to get retested. So from a smart money concepts point of view, we do know that unfortunately our structures are currently bearish, and I do expect this to continue out for a little bit longer. Okay, so smart money concepts unfortunately aligns very much to Elliott wave theory that we are likely to see reversals here, and we are likely to see more slippage to the downside. The concerns are around 38.65 and wanting to stay above that area. And potentially into this low between 33.83 and 37.49. These are, of course, the areas to be kind of concerned with at the moment. On our weekly time frame, as we roll this up, of course, this correction comes after a fantastic run to the upside. This is the beginning of a much bigger play. Okay, so although we are kind of bearish at the moment on the shorter time frames, and we potentially do expect Cardano's price to come down significantly lower in the coming weeks or so, then ultimately this is just a part of a much bigger structure. So as I kind of zoom out here, you can see from our previous market from 2020 up to the highs of 2021, this period of time, we did see significant gains of around 17,000% for Cardano, right? It took 539 days. Okay, 539 days. If we apply the same logic in terms of time, although timing is a little bit more difficult, it would put us at approximately November of 2024 by the time we actually kind of complete this out. I think it's going to last longer than that. I expect us to kind of move into 2025, to be honest with you. Our kind of conservative target ranges are between $5.34 and $12.73, and it will mirror that 5-wave pattern that we saw previously. This is a wave 1. We're coming down in the wave 2 at the moment. This is the huge opportunity to buy, and then we go up into a wave 3, 4, and 5. And once this completes out, that will complete out a zigzag pattern known as an A, B, and C. And then once we kind of finish this off, I expect a much bigger bear market for Cardano ADA. Okay, so knowing that everything that's going on those smaller timeframes can be a little bit concerning for some. Right now, it's not actually that concerning, and we are looking at a very nice, healthy return on investment over a longer term period. Okay, so from a technical analysis standpoint, Cardano is very, very good in terms of where I think it's well positioned. Conservatively, we are looking for somewhere around from that bottom to the conservative targets around 2,300, the upper range being about 5,600% ROI. Okay, of course, we do have the moonshots at around $38 to $130. I don't think they're going to happen, but they're there as potential target ranges as well, which would put you in the range of 17,000 to about 60,000%. For those things to happen, we have to see a lot of really good things happen for Cardano, lots of development, lots of dApps, lots of use case, and lots of reasons to see the supply shrink whilst demand is increasing. It's possible, of course, and it's something to be very mindful of, but for now, I think the more conservative and more realistic targets are between $5 and $12. You can let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. If you haven't already smashed that like button, let's smash it up. Let's get this video to 500 likes. And if you're new, subscribe. Don't forget to check this video out, though, where JB is discussing what's going on with one of the most fantastic up-and-coming altcoins.